So hello everyone, once again welcome back to our YouTube platform, that is English Grammar and Literature World. Students, in today's particular class, we are going to cover some important questions from Subject-Verb Agreement. Okay? So if you are preparing for competitive exams like SSC, CGL, CHSL, MTS, CPO, NGA and state competitive exams, then this particular class for you, because this class is going to be very crucial class. Okay, so without further delay, let's begin today's class. So look at the first one, bread and butter dash my favorite breakfast. So look here, many students may think that there are two nouns. First one is bread, second one is butter, and here the conjunction and is used. That means bread is the first subject and butter is the second subject. So we have to take a plural verb because the subject itself is a plural. Then it is totally wrong. Why? Here bread and butter are used together to mean one combined item. Okay. Here bread and butter suggest single unit of food. Okay. So itself is a singular noun. So the verb should be singular. So bread and butter take a singular verb, that is option A is. Bread and butter is my favorite breakfast. Okay, not where and not are. Next one, each boy and each girl dash given a prize. So here two noun, that is each boy and each girl, are joined with a conjunction, that is and. Okay, now many learners become confused because there are two nouns, each boy and each girl, joined by conjunction and. So normally when two nouns are joined by and, we use a plural verb. But this sentence is different because the word each is itself singular subject. Okay. So each itself is a singular. Okay. So each, every, somebody, someone, nobody, no one, neither, either, always takes singular verb. Understand? So here each boy and each girl, option C, was given a prize is the correct answer. Next, either of you to be rewarded. So look here, if you think that the pronoun you is the subject, then we have to take where. Then it is totally wrong because here the subject is the word either. I have already told you either always treated as a singular subject and either takes singular verb. So either of you was to be rewarded. So here option A was is the correct answer. Understand? Next. So this is our official Telegram channel, that is English Grammar and Literature World. You can join by simply scan this QR code and through the link which is given in description to get free PDFs and daily quizzes. Okay, next. Neither of them dash Bhojpuri. So students, look here, the subject is neither and I have already told you neither always takes singular verb. Okay, so neither of them knows Bhojpuri. Okay, so here option B, knows, is the correct answer. But many students think that no, them is a pronoun and them is the subject. So them is plural, so we have to take plural verb. That is totally wrong because here knows always agrees with the subject neither. Okay, not them. Understand? Next, the principal and the teacher dash just gone. So at first sight, many students think there are two persons here. First one is the principal and second one is the teacher. Okay, because the nouns are joined by conjunction and. Normally two nouns joined by and take a plural verb. But this is quite different. But this sentence is different. Here only one article is used before the first noun and no article is repeated before the second noun. Okay, there is no article. Then this shows that principal and the teacher refers to the same person. Okay, here principal and teacher refers to the same person. So it's a singular subject and singular subject always takes a singular verb. So here option A, has, is the correct answer. The principal and the teacher has just gone. Okay. Next, a black and white cow. So this one is the same of the previous. So here article A is used. So a black and white cow suggests singular subject. Okay, singular subject. So the subject takes singular verb. So here option D is the correct answer. So a black and white cow is grazing in the field. Okay. Next, bread and milk dash a wholesome food. Here bread and milk is treated as a singular subject. Okay, one kind of unit of food. Okay, you can say it always takes a singular verb, and that is option A is. So bread and milk is a wholesome food. Understand? Next, rice and curry dash a tasty dish. So here rice and curry is always treated as singular, so it takes singular verb, and that is option B is. So rice and curry is a tasty dish. Okay. Next, the horse and carriage dash waiting for me. The horse and carriage is not a different subject. Okay. So here article the is used. So I have already told you that if the first subject takes article, in the case of second subject there is no article is repeated. That means the whole expression suggests one unit or one subject. Okay. So the horse and the carriage is the same thing. So it is itself singular, and the verb should be singular, and that is option A was is the correct answer. The horse and carriage was waiting for me. Next, each of the students dash to come. Now many of you think that here students is used, that means student is a subject. Okay, that it would be wrong. Here student is not subject. The subject is the word each. Okay, I have already told you that each always treated as a singular subject, and each always takes singular verb. So here the verb should agree with the subject part, that is each. So each of the students has to come. Okay. So option A has is the correct answer. Next, now this one is very much important. So the jury dash given its decision. So in case of jury, we have to remember the most important thing, that is the object part of the sentence. So here its is a pronoun, and its refers to the subject, that is jury. So here jury is used as a unit, as a group. Okay, so you can say jury is used singular as a unit, so the verb should be singular. So the jury, option A has, the jury has given its decision. Now the next part, so there is a difference between 11th and 12th. So what is the distinction? So look at the object part. Here the pronoun there is used. So there suggests plural form. Okay, plural form, and there refers to the subject, that is jury. So here the jury is not singular. Here the jury suggests a group of people. Okay, so the jury obviously were. So option B, where is the correct answer. The jury were divided in their opinions. Understand? That's great. Next, he is the boy who dash help me. So look here, relative pronoun who is used. Who refers the boy. Okay, the boy is singular part. Singular. So the boy should takes a singular verb, and that is has. He is the boy who has helped me. So here option A has is the correct answer. Next, one of the best students that dash come will be rewarded. So look, many students become confused because the sentence begins with one of. Okay, so they think the verb after that should be singular. But here we must carefully see what is the relative pronoun that refers to. So here that refers to students. Okay, here students is plural. The verb after that must be plural. Okay, so that one of the best students that have come will be rewarded. So option B, have, is the correct answer. Understand? Next, I who your friend will not work with you. Now comment me what is the right answer. So here same thing, the relative pronoun who is used, and who always refers subject I, and I always takes verb am. Okay, so I who am your friend will not work with you. Okay, so here option B, am, is the correct answer. So you have to careful about the subject part. Okay, so here who is just a relative pronoun. who always suggest the subject, and here subject, that is I. After I we have to use helping verb am. So I who am your friend will not work with you. Understand? You dash who my senior should teach me. So here also the relative pronoun who is used. So who refers you, and after you we have to take helping verb are. Okay, so you who are my senior should teach me. So here option C, are, is the correct answer. Not was, not am, and not is. Next, a number of boys dash. So next, look at the 17th. Many students become confused between and the number of. Okay, this is very common exam question. So here the phrase a number of suggest many, several. Okay, actually a number of always used treated as a plural form. Plural form. Okay, so a number of boys takes a plural verb, that is have. A number of boys have come. So option B, have, is the correct answer. Now look at the difference between 17th and 18th. Here the article the is used. So the number of always treated as a singular, because the number of suggests not many, not several, just one unit. Okay, total quantity. So suggest total unit, total count, total quantity. Okay, so the number of always takes singular verb, and that is option A, is. So the number of students is increasing. So option A, is the correct answer. Next, each dash come. I have already told you, each, every, either, neither, someone, no one, nobody, somebody, always treated as a singular subject. Okay, singular subject. So here each is itself singular, so it takes a singular verb, and that is has. So each has come. Okay, next, every student. So here every. So if you think that student is singular, then the verb should be singular. No. So here student is not the subject part. The subject, that is every. So every deals with a singular verb, that is has. So every student has, option D, has passed. Okay. So this is the last one. Either student dash able to do the sum. Is it option A, is, am, are, or where? So what is the right answer? You have to tell me in the comment section. So here are total 21 questions from Subject-Verb Agreement. Okay. In our next classes, we'll be talking about another part from Subject-Verb Agreement. So till then, keep reading, keep writing, and keep watching English Grammar and Literature World. So thanks for watching. Also, have a nice day.